the kind of last major topic I want to hit on today is a guy who's kind of struggled significantly this season. And not only this season, but last year as well. We haven't seen the real Gleyber Torres since 2019. And at what point do we kind of start to get concerned about him? Because at the beginning of the year, when we were kind of not seeing Gleyber perform too well, and then he picked it up in May and just we saw like contact Gleyber. I was like, listen, I'll be satisfied with Gleyber Torres if we see him hit like 280 this season and he only hits like 15 to 20 home runs. I'll take contact Gleyber Torres. But now in the month of June, he's worse than he was in April to start off the year. And we're not seeing contact Gleyber or power Gleyber. He's like somewhere in between, but isn't producing in either fashion. So at what point do we start to become concerned with like this lack of production for the past 2 years?
Yeah, the way I see it is I'm going to give him through, in terms of like labeling him as, I don't see a bust, but like a bust in terms of like not being what we expected, even just from 2019, right? Like I'll give him through the end of the 2021 season because still there's a lot of baseball left to be played. But you mentioned it, like you said, you'd be cool with like a 280 Gleyber Torres, like 20 or something home runs.
Yeah.
Bro, at this point, like it's looking like he may not even hit 250. He may not even hit 10 home runs this year, you know? And a lot of people have pointed this out, like in the analytics community, that a big problem with Gleyber Torres is that he's technically making contact more, not really going for base hits, but it's like he's striking out less, right? And a lot of times what hitters will try to do when they're trying to strike out less is they hit for less power because you're swinging with like, I guess like you don't want to have as much risk with your swing. So you're not hitting long balls, right? So his contact rate is up, but his power rate is like dramatically down. And like, how many home runs does he have? Like 3? Is that what he has? Something like that?
Yeah, I think
like it's not even like bro,
three.
If Gleyber Torres, like coming off of 2019, if he only had like 10 home runs right now, like that wouldn't be concerning, but it'd be like, yo, what's up with Gleyber Torres? Where does power go? Right? He has 3 home runs, you know, and like, thank God his defense has improved. Because I mean, like things would be a lot worse for Gleyber right now within the community, like bashing him wise, if his defense wasn't like, I don't say as good as it is, but it hasn't been terrible, really. You know, he has those games where he's not
improved,
good, but it's improved significantly, honestly. So at least it's the first like couple weeks of the season. But yo, he's really got to figure it out. And if he doesn't figure it out after this year, only reason I wouldn't want
an interesting decision to make.
I was gonna say the only reason I wouldn't want to trade him is because his value is so low and you hope he can go back up. You know, so I'm not saying like he's gone after this year, but like let's just say he doesn't really show too much signs of being like the 2019 Gleyber Torres. If there's a trade package on the table for Gleyber Torres and like it's worth it, I'm giving him up no problem.
Yeah, it really just sucks because I want to bring up this comment here from Jonathan. He says Gleyber can't see the ball well. He needs to get his eyes checked. I've seen some people bring up this narrative, right? That Gleyber kind of needs to go back to the glasses.
No, however, those were not prescription though.
No, but what I'm saying is also like in the same sense here. If Gleyber Torres couldn't really see the ball well, I think his strikeouts would be up a lot more. I don't think his contact rate would be up as much as it is so far this season. But shout out to Marcus Brown with the $3 dono. Appreciate you, Marcus. He says letting Didi go is a mistake. I disagree. I stand by the fact that even though we love Didi Gregorius and he's kind of like what the Yankees are missing right now, there was no space on him for this team. However, I'll say this, and I've said this in the past, I don't think the mistake was letting Didi go. I think the mistake was letting Didi go and not finding a replacement or someone better than Didi Gregorius to put in the lineup.
Listen, I'm with you on this. There's a couple things I can say about Didi. One, take a look at how he's performing this year. He's like one of the few guys that has like a significant negative WAR so far this year. There's 2 ways you can go with this. One is that people like over glorify Didi's years with the Yankees, especially the last couple ones, way too much. On the other side, a lot of people do forget how good he was from 2017 to 2018. We're talking about a shortstop that put up back-to-back 4+ WAR seasons. That is very good, right? 2019 wasn't very good at all. You can give him the benefit of the doubt. He was coming off Tommy John surgery, right? I will say the mistake or what I kind of like miss about Didi or like the Yankees lost with Didi isn't necessarily Didi's performance and how good of a shortstop he was or how good of an offensive bat he was. Losing like a shortstop that's better than Gleyber Torres and also a left-handed bat. Like that stings. That's unfortunate. The Yankees, like you said, didn't go out and get a replacement shortstop that was good on defense, better than Gleyber Torres.